Tune into Reflection of Life, the podcast channel catered to the millennials of our generation.
Hello, world. My name is Himanshu Thakur, and I'm going to be on a podcast, Reflection of Life by Lisa. Lisa is a Malaysian entrepreneur who interviews people like me and talk about freelancing, digital nomad, and how I overcome my challenges that I face in a practical manner. So I want you guys to listen to the podcast, like it, share it with people, and I'm so excited to be in the podcast. See you guys soon.
Welcome back to Reflection of Life. So this is Lisa signing in into the podcast channel. Today we have a special guest, which I've promised in the Instagram story. We'll be inviting Himanshu Thakur, and he is one of the gentlemen that I invited to share a little bit of his experience on freelancing and his journey as well. But of course, being a freelancer, we have obstacles, we have also certain things that we need to consider. It's not just only one man solo help mode, it is also considering in many ways it can be done remotely, physically, and also virtually. So, Himanshu, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for inviting me for Reflection of Life. And I'm so happy and grateful to be a part of your podcast. So, hey guys, my name is Himanshu Thakur. I'm founder of Isbaac Media. We build AI native outbound systems for founders, business owners, B2B companies. These are mostly seven figures and like teams of 10 to 50 people. And a lot of them are from Europe region and MENA region. I don't call myself a marketer. In traditional sense, I am a systems architect, and my job is to build infrastructures, voice agents, outbound pipelines, content engines, etc., etc. And yeah, these things help founders to get in front of the right people, and without they have to manually do outreaching to people. Yeah, basically, I'm a ghostwriter, and I do copywriting.
Okay, so why don't you tell us about like your previous background? What has actually helped you or inspire you to eventually did this kickstart on this particular discipline?
Oh, so why I started freelancing? That's the question, right? Or why am I attracted to my current freelancing work, right? So yeah, so I started freelancing because I wanted freedom. I wanted the leverage. So I see it's not just one person with the right tools and right systems. I think uh, one person can do a work of five people as well because due to AI has come and it has helped a lot of people. What could earlier used to done by five people, now a single person can do. And yeah, so basically, I liked the freedom it gave me, and yeah, basically it's just that I am a founder myself, so I just create the processes. I don't work in the process; I create them. So yeah, it's like that.
So you're saying that you create a pipeline itself. Perhaps I wouldn't ask you in detail. Can you just give us a rough idea? What are the things that you have integrated to make it a different than other marketing freelancers?
So you're asking me why am I different from other marketing freelancers? Work on Upwork, work on Fiverr, or manually outreach to founders. So, how am I different from them? Because I automate what used to take me hours, and I watched it run without me.
Hi everyone, I recently had a chance to join Reflection of Life podcast with Lisa, and we're talking about being a digital nomad, life, the lessons, the challenges, and the lifestyle we have. And the episode will be coming out soon, so stay tuned. Make sure to follow them on their social media accounts so you will know when it drops. Thank you so much, and see you on the podcast.
And that's when it felt like I wasn't doing gigs, and it started feeling like I was building a business. So over the time, I can't go fixing my hours. I have to work for hours. I just work for businesses. Yeah, that was the moment when I was feeling like this was the right direction for me. And how I feel different from other freelancers. It's not that I am different from them. I'm just one of them. I'm a person who wants to live like a digital nomad who is traveling all around the world. And I also saw that one of your earlier podcast guest was also a digital nomad. So yeah, that was also inspiring, by the way, Lisa.
So stay tuned for the incoming interviews. There will be by two digital nomads. And since we are at the discipline field of freelancing plus digital nomad, and this is the current thematic focus that has been, how to say, channeled through today's this week's episode. So I have one more question for you. So like looking back, what was the particular moment that you know this is your direction that you have decided to take? What was that turning point? Because you were saying that um, most of the gigs that you've been doing, it doesn't seem to be like a very simple freelancing task anymore. It can be elaborated or expanded into a proper business. And what was that? What was the situation that had made you realize, hey, I know this is my direction, and I know that this is the time that I should start creating and to put funding in it.
All right. Thank you so much for asking that. So what I feel like when I was working in 2021, when I was in my college, I was in my third year, and there was a CR. If you don't know what a CR is, it's a class representative in a college. So basically, his I met one guy. His name was Jigar Kalodia, and he was my class CR. And he used to like do the gigs, like freelancing gigs, but not online. He was doing all offline. So I was learning from him. I was looking at this guy and I was feeling inspired that he was
Oh,
starting a business, he
hmm,
was building business, and like he was organizing some events like party events for freshers in college when he was in first year. So yeah,
that's
that was really
interesting. That's
inspiring.
interesting.
Yeah, that was really inspiring, and his ability and grit was also very good thing that inspired me. So, but we did not used to talk with each other because he did not know me, I did not know him. He was from a different background, I was from a different background. I'm from the north of India, that is Himachal Pradesh, and he's from the Rajasthan. So it's eastern side of India. So yeah, I was sorry, western side of India, and as I was working, as I was learning about how college to apply for jobs. Then COVID hit, and I just had a conversation with that guy. He told me, "Bhai, I have something for you, and can you help me?" So I got a little curious. He called me to Jaipur, and he told me, "Hey, bro, this is some work. We can start a business." So that's how I learned about social media marketing, how I learned about digital marketing. And the first thing I realized was I did not know anything about business, anything about digital media. I did not know anything about online world. I just knew about like online going like if I go online, I go live on YouTube, playing games or creating content as a content creator. That was just it. But building a business out of that, that was not something in my mind. So that guy helped me to start a business, and I knew what could be systemized. Yeah,
So
that was the
when
turning
you're
point.
speaking about the discipline of digital marketing and also AI automation and all this thing, what was your first impression about marketing in general? This is something that just caught me
Okay,
in the conversation.
so
What was
yeah,
your first
that's
impression?
okay. So about marketing now, I would say every freelancer, I don't know, that's what I believe in. Every freelancer who knows about marketing has went through a hell. So what kind of hell it is? So it's called, I don't know if you heard of Amway. I was connected with Amway. I was a
Oh
part of
my
it. Yeah, I
goodness.
was a part of it. I I did not join it. I did not I mean I was just buying the products. I did not sell it. Like I am very bad at sales with network products.
Oh, tell me about
So
it.
I just so yeah, I was just buying products. I was not selling them, and I hope, yeah, okay. So I'll go a little bit more personal. So my my there was a girlfriend back. I had a girlfriend. Her name is Priya. She was also like taking interest in businesses. So I tell her, hey, take this product, buy this from me. So she like funded me for that. I said okay, but yeah, that was just a learning curve I had to go through. That was the first way of like actually learning about marketing. Then I thought, hey, what can I do more about? Like, how can I learn about marketing and how can I learn about sales? So that was when the hammer hit the iron. So I was in Shimla. I went to Shimla finding a job. Actually, I was out of the college, and instead of going to the tech companies, I was naturally in aligned with sales and marketing. So one of the companies they asked me, "Hey, can you do this job for us?" So it was a door to door business, door to door selling.
Door by
So
door.
actually,
Okay.
door by door, and I was already running business, like online business. I was running. I was making a certain amount of money that I was like living good life, but I had to learn. I had that curiosity to do more. So I did that. I said, okay, fine, let's, I mean, just dang it, just do it. So I went there and I started learning about sales and marketing, going door to door. That's that's when I crossed the fear of judgment. That's when I crossed the fear of failure. And that was the first job that helped me network, how to network with people. And that was the first place when I got connected with Ankush Bansal sir. I mean, he's a mentor to me, and he also guided me how to get out of the system. So yeah, he built a business. He's a multi-figure business, multi 6 7 figure business. He's running in Himachal Pradesh itself. It's a branding studio, and I like to work with him. And he's a very genuine guy, very nice guy as well.
That's good because normally when you are starting in this kind of freelancing pathways or starting a business, there's always someone who is acting as a backbone, or there will be a leader, or there will be a person that inspire you to slowly start the business at a very slower pace. Then only eventually it elaborated or expanded into even a bigger um, focus of your business venture. So I have one thing to ask you in regards of the reality that you have encountered. How was your first year when you started as a freelancer? When you know that there is a mentor had mentored you, and also you have taken the courage to take that step. How was your first year
Okay,
when you did?
so I would just say that I was in the beginner's luck. Like the first, I went to the first business and I pitched them my services. It was a home run. They directly said, yes, we want your services. And that client is still working with me as of till now. We've been in business for 4 years. And yeah, and the first year was really chaotic as well because I had to, you know, juggle with multiple clients. I had to really understand what is the difference between being busy and what is the difference between being systemized. So I was always busy, but not there was no system. So I had to build a system from scratch, learn about AI automations, marketing, and everything as a whole. I had to learn. So
I
that was
see.
my first year
I
as a
see.
freelancer.
But what was your realization after you realized you have been so okay, I guess first thing is you were mentioning about system. That was your first realization. Besides this, what are the other minor realization that you had?
Oh, so back in 2021 and back in 2022, the AI was not there. The biggest realization was AI is there to take your jobs. That was my realization. Yeah, I just had to like put a little chat GPT prompt, Gemini prompt, and it would just give me the designs, which I used to charge money from clients. So that was like a brain opening thing, eye opening thing for me that, hey, yeah, this thing is going to take jobs of a lot of people. So that was an eye opening thing.
I can relate to that because when the moment I saw ChatGPT and Gemini as the pioneers, I was like, how does this thing gonna help me? does this help me in terms of content creation? Does this help me with productivity? But will they become more intelligent that it will replace my position? So, for instance, when I started to do captions, I have to crack my brain, to get that creativity, to think out of the box, or maybe play with rhymes just in order to create or generate a caption. Back then, how why do I understand your situation was because there was this short period of 9 months. I took up a position as a part-time social media caption writer or copywriter, you can say it in this way. At first, I thought it was so exciting. And then after that, when I tried to do different types of caption, oh, well, before I said to that extent, I was helping a client. He was actually helping a facial or beauty aesthetic industry to write captions. I was like, I have no knowledge of aesthetic beauty and I have no knowledge in terms of dermatologies. So how are you going to present a caption in a catchy way in terms of like, oh, you must go for this service, and then this caption can attract clients to say, come and take it, come and take it. It's very helpful. You must put this filler to make your nose look sharper and prettier. Oh, you must go for this kind of needle jab to how to say decrease the wrinkles in your face. When I realized all these captions, it caught my attention about one thing. First, it's not just about creativity. Second thing is about the general knowledge about aesthetic beauty. Without those kind of knowledge, you are just only like what you mentioned, there's no system. You're just writing for the sake of writing. You're just copying, pasting, and then just adding some juice, open close quote, juice, punchy lines, punchy captions just to get your clients. So that was the challenge I started to notice. And the second one that I helped on was on like wellness and health in a hospital. I was like, oh my gosh,
Hospital.
it was so challenging. Can you imagine? You have to encourage people to come to your service to get people who are going to deliver their kid in the hospital. I was like, I'm not even at that maternity stage.
You have to
How?
create content around that. Was it
I'm
that? Oh
serious.
my God.
I'm serious. And
I'm serious.
and
Yeah.
you have to research about what is PCO, what is hepatitis, what what is the trimester of each pregnancy period. I find
All right.
how to be good in breastfeeding your children. Can you imagine? Someone who is just in their late 20s. I remember I was starting to do that career like around 29 because besides being a freelancer for social media caption, I was also an editor, like helping to modify textbooks. I started to realize this was the challenge. Now I'll get back to that challenge to you. The challenge was how to retain the streamline of creativity in order for people to constantly pay attention to your social media. And secondly, to be able to get people to understand that this is how you market your stuff. Come and get it. You are attracted to this promotion. So that was the challenge overall. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you overcome that? How did you overcome that?
I
You're still in figuring out phase, I guess.
um in that 9 months, tons of figuring phase. Secondly was I tried to do research on it, but I think it wasn't that enough because they want that caption to be as short as possible. From the way I talk, I think you can already tell I'm a person who elaborated more instead of shrinking into one line caption. So that was the part I started to realize, but it was another pathway to shape the way I talk to people, to observe or to joke with people at daily conversations. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the part I started to realize the things that you're saying. Yeah, that's how I felt as well. Yeah. So not one more thing is like, do you find yourself, being a one-man solo doing that streamline, do you find yourself amazed by the thing that you can create it by yourself independently, and how do you feel when you realize that?
I'm sorry, I could not get your question. Can you like please
Yeah, in the
elaborate?
midst of when you are exploring, you're researching, and also you created that system. Do you feel excited when you worked independently? And what was the most surprising part after you discovered that, hey, I've discovered something in the midst of learning it?
Oh, oh yeah. So yeah, that's a good question. The thing about what I realized was after setting the automations and all, it was bringing results. So which I did not expect. That was the first realization.
That's good.
Yeah. And the second thing was setting up the system is kind of boring. It takes like 2 3 days. You don't have to like actually you're not talking with clients. You're just sitting there on table and setting up the system. So yeah, that was the first realization that I had that AI automations can bring results automatically. You don't have to pick your finger up. You just don't have to talk with people. It's everything is already there. You just have to be a part of the. You just have to be a cog in the wheel of the system. Yeah.
That's a very good thing that you discover about how you can bring unexpected results, because those are the most important learning curve for your case and also for people who are actually attending to your service. Here's a question about misconception. So when you are talking about the learning curve and all this thing, it's very clear that freelancing is not as simple as we thought so. So looking back at this situation, do you think that freelancing is what you expected to be in terms of freedom of time? Do you find it is fulfilling for you, and how does it seems to be fulfilling to you at this point of time?
So yeah, that's a really good question. So it depends on the level of work you are doing. If you are doing an executive level work, you get a lot of time freedom as well as financial freedom. But if you're just managing the lower level task, you just have to be more like, let's just say you are a video editor and you also have to edit the content. You just have to also shoot the content. So that process is laborious and it takes more, but it's fun. I'm telling you, it's when you are working in a creative agency, it's fun. And yeah, the freedom it brings and it's there. If you are an agency owner and you are a creative agency owner, the freedom is there, a lot of freedom is there, some, but yeah, one thing is there. As a solo founder, sometimes there's high level of energy and sometimes you have burnouts. So you're just like lying there, you're not doing anything. Because I opened an office, I thought, hey, why am I opening an office when I'm not trying to hire anybody? So I closed that and I'm just working from home, I'm just traveling here and there. So there was no point in opening an office, right? So it's a one man's work, a single person work. Anyone could do it. And the financial and about financial freedom, it, it's just a matter of the clients you're working with. If
I
you're working
see.
with good clients, they give you more freedom, they give you more finances, they are happy the work you are doing, and also they are focusing on your success as well as theirs. So it's a win-win situation when you work with good clients. And when you work with bad clients, they just poke you. Hey, this is not done, I want this, but they don't pay you. So don't work with those. I usually don't. When I find some people, when I find some clients like these, I drop them off.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
it. I got it.
So yeah,
Now,
and about your question, I'll just
hmm,
rephrase my words. For the financial freedom as a freelancer, you have to find out your path in life. So I have figured out my path in life, how I'm gonna achieve that success, and each individual have to find their own eureka.
so from the way that you said, I will rephrase it from what you have stated. That is, the misconception of freelancing would be people always think that freelancing is a very linear journey, but actually it isn't. It's always going up and down. Sometimes you're at your highest moment, sometimes you're at your lowest point that you don't even produce anything at all, just leaving you
Yes,
stranded for a while. Do you feel that sometimes when it comes to, like, for example, the funding is depending on the stakeholders that you are encountering? So let's say the stakeholders that you encounter, they are really big shots. then you can get financial freedom from it. But let's say you find someone who is at the lower range, then you'll feel challenged by certain
Mhm.
constraint. Would that also be part of a challenge for you?
So I try to make it a fun. If challenge is fun, I and the client is also up for the challenge and the fun is included there, and I think then it's a win-win situation. If fun is not in the equation, then you don't get the results you want, anyone want. So the fun
Mm.
part is very important equation, the part of the equation. Yeah, the
I
fun needs to be
always
there.
I always feel that when you want to do freelancing job, it's not just only about passion. So back to a podcast episode that I've done, what I understand about passion is not just only about you like that job. It also you have to guarantee that when you are working towards it, you need to have that drive. Like for example, you make it fun, you make it excited, you make it very challenging for you so that you can overcome it. So I believe that for your case, can I say that for your case it's more of motivation? Does this motivate you as long as, I mean, in the middle of continuously doing it?
As long as I have figured it out that this is my path, it motivates me. But
It's good.
when I did not have that path, there was a blockage. There was a blockage, and yeah, you just have to remove that blockage. And when that path is clear, then you get motivated, even with clients like who don't pay you well. And when you're working with clients that are high level, they give you more work. They give you more work, and they try to take that freedom away. But yeah, always try to balance things out. So yeah, that's one of the things, and AI is helping with that a lot.
How do you overcome those tight deadlines? Because you're saying that some clients will give you a lot of job. How do you
Yeah, yeah, that's frustrating.
pass
Yeah,
through
that's
that tight?
frustrating, but yeah, that's frustrating. That's a nice question, by the way. So when I get work and it gets overwhelming, what I've read is that I should delegate things to other people. Like if someone is paying me a 300
Mm,
$300 hour job, I
mm,
could delegate it to someone. I
mm.
I can pay him like $7, $10, $15 an hour, and yeah, I could delegate.
No rush, just vibes. That's my way. Let the whole away today. No rush, just vibes. Feel alright. Staying in this mood tonight.
Hi everyone. So welcome back to Reflection of Life. So just now we were going for a break and now we're coming back to the next question, which is marketing and advertising are highly competitive with the existing social media such as Instagram, TikTok, and also AI integration into social media. And I have a question for you, Himanshu. How do you try to stay relevant in the industry with the current knowledge that you have?
Oh wow, that's such a great question, by the way. When we go deep into how do I stay relevant, first of all, we need to understand that we have to build authority. Once we build authority, people are gonna recognize you, and they will understand that you know you are the best person who to contact when they need certain services. For example, when you need AI automations, you might know that hey, I know this guy, he's into AI and automations, and he can get the job done. Or when you want to record a video for a creative agency, I think that yeah, also that also works. They know the right person who they need to contact to get the job done. So I'm using content creation, I'm using AI to, let's just say, build authority on Instagram, LinkedIn. That's what I'm doing right now. And you just also have to just constantly post content out. You just have to stay in touch with right people, the mentors, the business owners. So let them know that you are there when they need them. That I think that gives relevance and purpose to the life of a business owner or a freelancer.
So I have a next question here that is, has there ever been a project or certain experience that completely changed the way you approach your work?
Yes, exactly. So a lot of You might also experience a lot of scammers in the world because there are a lot of scammers. Once I was working with a client, I won't disclose the name because of NDA signed agreement. I was working with them, and they seemed decent. I got them through a referral. They seemed decent, but after working for them for over a month, I recognized that they were not the right fit for me, and they were just trying to get something out of me, not trying to provide value, and the system was also vague. So yeah, then I recognized that I need to build a sales process. When I'm prospecting a client, I need to ask them certain questions, and I should also ask them to do certain things. For example, when I qualify a prospect, I hand them out a questionnaire that they need to fill so that I know more about their business. So that helps me and AI to know about their business better. So just a sales process I follow when I qualify any prospect.
Okay, okay. I guess there will be certain, how to say, stakeholders and also certain people that you encounter with. They could be good and not so good, or it can be pleasant and unpleasant. As a matter of fact,
I would also
mm,
add something. I would also try to
yeah,
add
go
something
ahead.
in it. So when let's just say when I started my freelance journey, I also run Isbaac agency, Isbaac Media. So I run it solo, by the way. So one thing I realized when I was learning about marketing, I need to understand the purpose of the company, why the company is established, and what kind of people will thrive in the environment. So it could anyone who is a video editor cannot come into my company and edit my client's work. First, I need to realize what kind of person he is. So there are a lot of personality quizzes, personality tests. So when they go through that, I will know the kind of personality they are having. So what I do is I will firstly know about my business, what kind of people will thrive into it, what kind of goals my company have, what is why my company is there. Is it people first? Is it processes first? Is it sales driven? So the kind of things we have to these are the kinds of things we should, I mean, have it in document form. So when we give these documents to the new employees, they know that hey, this kind of culture you will thrive in. These are some pledges that the company have. So everything, yeah, all of a sudden we have to do all of these things.
So I guess from the lesson that you learned that there are certain people you need to vet them first before you ask for the assistance. So in other words, is it also teaches you how to manage people. That's what I understand from this situation. So now
You're
we're
right.
going into a little bit about personal branding. So, speaking about marketing services as for today, from your experience, what helps what helps a freelancer to build trust with clients? Like, in what ways you brand yourself to gain that trust from clients?
Yes. So first you have to give some free work as a work sample. So, and once that sample is given, you need to build trust by them. They should pay you for your work, either for your work or yeah, for your work. If they pays you, that builds the trust. So it's not me building the trust; it's them building the trust.
I see, I got it. So it means that you gave them a certain acknowledgement in terms of like you gave them the portfolio to let them see and look through.
Yeah, that's something that builds credibility at first.
Got it, got it.
But you need to do the work for free. Initially, you
Of
need to do the work
course.
for free. But with people who I have worked with, the top guns, the top level CEOs, the top executives, they pays you for your, let's just say you are initially doing the work for free, but they don't want you to do it for free. They will pay you for your services. These are good clients, and the bad clients will you will do the work for free and they will not even pay you. So you know who to work with and who not to work with.
Or maybe they'll ask for discount for your service.
Discount, yeah, I don't work with people. I just give my price. If they ask for discount, then I ask them, is the price issue or the quality?
Yeah, I got it because I think that is something that's very common, especially in copywriting industry and also people who are ghostwriters. So when they actually help to create content and also maybe they write it for the company or any sort of industry, it could be entertainment, it can be influencer, it can be marketing, anything. But as long they know that they can get discount out of you, you have been discounted in a certain way, so that is something that every freelancers are learning along the way. Yeah. So I'm going into another question where is what do I think I think client actually value the most is credibility, like what you mentioned. So I have one question that is, do you have ever experienced working with some clients that you are able to create a long-term business relationship with them? And do you mind to share one of it?
Yes. So due to NDA reason, I won't be disclosing any
Of
data
course.
about which companies I'm working with,
Mm,
but I will let you know some case stories. As I mentioned, that I'm working with a client for last 4 years, and it's fun working with them. No pressure, nothing at all fun, and they pay is also handsome, but workable salary like a, I would call it a salary as a because it's a retainer. And the next thing is when working with a client who is highly potential and who has a certain level of authority in the market, with those clients you have to take leadership roles. If you don't take leadership roles, you're gonna get thrown out from the company. And when you take leadership roles, when you bring certain results to the company, or maybe show that you are working on it, you will be in the system for
I
long
see, I
term.
see. So it means that you are giving them a long-lasting impression so that they will continuously work with you in a sense, as well
Yeah,
as how you show that you prove it to them that you can do it. Mm.
yeah, showing by actually showing what I'm showing the results.
Yeah, it's a show and tell. It's not like just showing and showing, but you really act on it. Mm.
Yes, act on it and bringing results. Yeah. So I
Oh,
will give you one example. I worked with a client, and I was working for the like let's just say last 1 month, and I brought them 4 leads, 4 qualified prospects, and it was not they were not expecting that from me, but I did bring the results, and so I am also working with them. Okay.
okay, okay. So now we are going to the last part where I just wanted to talk a little bit about like when it comes to AI, like just now we already said, AI automation is there, AI integration in the system is also there. How do you actually being able to leave that digital footprint with a little human touch?
All right. With the human touch, I would say when you qualify a prospect, all with the systems, everything is like lead nurturing, like let's just say lead nurturing, the follow up, bring them to the meeting. When I hop into the meeting, that is the human touch. That is the human touch. Yeah, when we actually are talking or organizing some personal one-to-one events, that's the only the human touch I can give. Yeah.
Are
And
you
by the
saying
way,
that
AI
it's
is so
more of
smart.
a networking wise, or is like once in a while you will actually kind of catch up with your clients?
Um with AI, because AI has given us a lot of power, and it can do things that were not possible, that humans could not have thought of earlier. Right now, a lot of things can be automated, and we don't basically need human to be in the
Mm,
loop, but there is a need for the human to be in the loop, and yeah, that's just it. It makes people's life easier,
mm.
and the tokens are very costly. By the way, when you are working all AI, all autonomous AI, all native AI, the tokens are a little expensive, and we need to sort that thing out
Mm,
because
got
it
it.
gets expensive.
Got it. Got it. So I have one last question for you. Like, if someone wants to build a career in marketing today, what kind of skills would you recommend them to focus beyond just only their very fundamental knowledge?
Okay, first thing I would ask any person, anyone, to 10x what they are doing, 10x what's bringing the results in, just 10x that. And the skill I would say, just know how to monetize. If you are posting content online and you don't know how to monetize that, that's just waste of the talent, right? When you are bringing content out and you are monetizing that, that's the number one skill. You're having a recurring source of revenue that's gonna just pay for your bills, pay for the groceries, pay for the clothes, and your travel also. So I think that is the one skill every freelancer who's getting into marketing should learn, and also have an open mind that, hey, this is one of my business. I should also separate this, expand the boundaries, and separate myself from the business, and build a business also. Yeah.
From your point of view, what are the most important human values in parenting should be intentionally nurtured in the children instead of, like using AI for certain things? Like, how would you manage that aspect?
All right. So, I might be the worst person to ask this question, but I'm going to answer it. Okay. So, in my house with my daughter, we don't do any devices.
Good.
She doesn't have an iPad. She doesn't have a phone. We play video games, but we like play them on the Xbox together. Like we talk to each other while we're playing, but we don't ever leave her on an iPad by herself. She does not watch like YouTube for long periods of times and stuff like that. But it's in our world. Like she knows we have phones. Like she knows what they do. She knows what an iPad is, and she knows what AI is. Like she she'll call it. She'll go,
She knows how to use AI at the age of 5 years old now.
no. So what I'll do is I'll turn on ChatGPT into the voice activated. Right? She'll have a question. She'll go. She asked me one day. She goes, "Daddy, how far can a cat fall and still land on its feet?" And I was like, I have no idea. Right? And so we turned on the ChatGPT and it talked to us. And she asked it questions. She asked it questions about the cat, and then she had follow-up questions about the cat, right? And she knows ChatGPT as being this like person on my phone that when we have questions we can't answer, we just ask. But what I've noticed is at least for her, it's kind of like her encyclopedia or her Google or her dictionary or her thesaurus of like trying to find out information. And we treat it that way. But I always encourage her, like, what do you think? How far do you think a cat can fall and still land on its feet? Like, before we look it up, use your mind. What do you think? And then you can back it up with this. You know what I mean? And I try to encourage her to think about it first, process it first before we go and find like the answer. Because when I was young, or even probably when you were younger, even though Google's around, we solved a lot of problems with trying to figure out our own, asking our friends and stuff like that. And that's where we make connection, like in this real world, right? So I want to teach her that AI is a tool. And it does a lot of cool things and it helps us do all and get cool information. But let's be creative inside of ourselves.
Okay, so just a little bit, like in terms of monetization, do you think that monetization is not is besides only giving your pricing, is there any other method that can increase that monetization?
Yeah. So by monetization, I'm uh, taking you to the direction of creator program. So as the creators, when people post on social media, let's just say Facebook, Instagram, they give certain amount when you are posting content that people are liking. If people are liking it, watching it, you're having, let's just say, 100,000 views, a million views, 10 million views, 40 million. Some people are also massing 1 billion views. So those people are the top creators. When you
That's
get to this
amazing.
level, when you get to this level, you don't work for brand deals. You are working for your own business, your own content, and that content gives you monetization. That gives you money. So yeah, I
Okay,
think that's number one skill.
I understand. So it means that when it comes to monetization and all this thing, there is a method of doing it, which I understand from just now when you're sharing. So I really appreciate the time that you have given us here to give a short conversation for you. And thank you so much. And I have to credit Himanshu for his how to say, generous advice in terms of like allowing me to know how should I market my podcast channel as well. And I'm glad that he is taking his time to come in to have a conversation with us. So I hope that this episode encourages freelancer to reconsider the direction and also how they can, how to say, get some information and inspiration from this conversation. So stay tuned again. So if there's any episode incoming, we will keep you in touch in Instagram, TikTok, and also Threads and YouTube. Thank you so much for joining in, Himanshu.
Thank you so much for having me. It was lovely meeting with you.
It was
Great
nice to meet you
conversation.
too.